Somebody turn on the lights! Help somebody!
Go check on that little guy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of a brand new game I came across when I was doing my morning research, titled Project Crawl. And it reminds me a little bit of the Vampire Survivor situation. Okay, just follow me down the rabbit hole for a minute. You got a game that kind of comes out of nowhere, that captivates a large audience. And then a week, a month goes by, you see a version of that game dropping. And then over and over again, people copy that concept, trying to make a better mousetrap. Happens all the time, okay? Now, if you haven't heard of the game Dark and Darker, it's an extraction game. It's player versus player. I would just want to go out on a limb and say that Asmongold probably really brought Dark and Darker into the spotlight, and it's had its problems. But either way, super fun game, kind of came out of nowhere. Well, Project Crawl is here to make a better mousetrap. Right now, we're on the website PC Gamer. Watch out, Dark and Darker. Suddenly, there's another dungeon extraction game hitting PC, Project Crawl. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to read through this for a little bit. I'm going to play the 2-minute alpha playtest teaser, which does show in-game gameplay, but not combat. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then we will head over to the official Steam page. It was bound to happen. There's another dungeon crawling PvP extraction game in the works for those of us who prefer to get our competitive kicks with swords and spells rather than guns. Recently revealed, Project Crawl is calling itself an immersive first-person PvPvE dungeon crawler and is planning alpha playtests on Steam next week. Project Crawl offers a riveting experience pitting players against one another in the dangerous dungeon environment. Developers Mithril Studios say in today's announcement, with a variety of characters to choose from, players will explore the mysterious darkness alone or with friends, gather loot, and battle monsters in the quest for victory and survival. And I gotta say, you got a close group of friends, these types of games are just so much fun. Communication, key though. Communication is key. In a series of community Q&As, Mithril Studio also explains that Project Crawl will feature various races, elves and humans and so on, and classes to choose from, environmental interaction systems, and will eventually launch into early access after playtest. Current party size is 3 players, though Mithril Studios suggest other game modes on team sizes could possibly be options in the future. Though its store page doesn't use the word, Project Crawl is definitely an extraction game. Vanquish fearsome monsters, discover priceless artifacts, and claim legendary weapons, but escape this place with stories to tell or lose it all into the abyss. That is literally Dark and Darker. If all this sounds familiar or looks familiar in the gameplay reveal video above, then it's probably worth addressing the Dark and Darker in the room. There's already been quite popular fantasy extraction game this year that quickly became one of the most played demos during the Steam Next Fest event. Dark and Darker has since spent the rest of this year embroiled in legal dispute with game publisher Nexon. That resulted in it being removed from Steam and moving to a new storefront for early access. Yeah, there was this huge problem and legal dispute. It was an absolute nightmare. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to play this alpha playtest teaser. And obviously, being Action RPG, when I saw the gearing, when I saw the inventory Tetris, it immediately made me think that I am gonna like this game. Okay, just for me, key in on your character's inventory. Okay, you're gonna know immediately what I'm talking about when you see it. Enjoy the alpha playtest teaser for Project Crawl. Now you see what I'm talking about. Look at the screen right here. You see this inventory? It looks very action RPG-y. I don't like how you can't quick shortcut to put the items up there. You got to drag and drop, but I will take it. And that literally looks like an SOJ. Love inventory Tetris. People always call me crazy. I prefer it. Right now, we are on the official Steam page for Project Crawl, and I probably should have mentioned right at the beginning, this is not a sponsored video. Just making it because it looked like a cool game. Project Crawl is an immersive first-person PvPvE dungeon crawler. Team up with the trusted companions to hunt for treasure, explore dangerous dungeons, face terrifying monsters and other cunning adventures alike, and escape before being consumed by darkness and greed. Greed will always get you. You can wishlist it. I will link this in the description. And I love right here, under different ways you can play, only option, online PvP. Perfect. Now, you also might have noticed when you were looking at this trailer that visuals for it, at least in the menu systems, look really, really good. And you would be correct, because when you come down here to the system requirements, they are absolutely beefy. Not like Dark and Darker. You need a 3060 Ti. That's last generation's video card. An i7-9700 and 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, this is legitimately a beefy computer. Like you're not going to be playing this on a gaming laptop. You're not going to be playing this on a computer that's 5 years old. Under recommended, you need a serious computer. So just noting that there. Other than that, there's not a lot of information on here. All this other stuff we already covered. And now we just need to wait for early access to hit after this playtest. That's the video. Dark and Darker's getting a little competition with Project Crawl. Now, everything you heard from the article, everything you saw in the teaser, and everything you saw on the Steam page, easy question I have for you. Leave the answer in the comment section. Does this look better than Dark and Darker? Or maybe forget that question. Are you intrigued to play it? We'll leave it right there. That's all I've got. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.